Hi, I'd like to talk to you about something that is prevalent to the time. What's going on right now in our current situation? By reading off 5 scripture verses, and we're going to talk about them for a couple minutes about how this is very prevalent to what's going on right now. So if you go to Mark chapter 5 and you go to verse 35, it says, "And the same day when the evening come, he said unto them, Let us pass over to the other side." Jesus is saying to his disciples, let's go to the other side of the water. So they get in their boat, right? Now, we go to verse 38, and it says, "And he was into the hinder part of the ship, asleep on a pillow, and they awake him, and said unto him, Master, carest thou not that we perish? And he arose and rebuked the wind, and said unto the sea, Peace, be still. And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. And he said unto them, Why are ye so fearful? How is it that you have no faith? And they feared exceedingly, and said one to another, What manner of man is this, that even the wind and the sea obey him?" So, we're going to talk about this for a minute, about how this is really prevalent. Sometimes, well, actually all the time, Jesus did different things that were meant to set an example to people, right? Because he knew this was going to be written down, and it was going to be taught from generation to generation. And this is another one of these cases. And if you've heard this a million times, well, we all need reminders too, so this fits in for you too, even if you've been in church 1,000 years. Here's the thing. Jesus is laying in the hinder part of the ship. He's sleeping. The storm is going on. Storm's going on, right? And they're about to die, they think. And they come up and they shake him up. "Don't you care? We're going to die. Don't you care?" He gets up and rebukes the wind. And instead of looking over and saying, "Oh yeah, I was sleeping," no, he looked over and he said, "You have little faith. Why did you doubt?" Right? Why was this the response he gave? Why was this going on with this storm? It's to set an example, just like today's example. I know that a lot of people are upset. They're scared. They're fearful. However, Jesus, God, is always in control. It doesn't matter how bad this storm is. God is always in control. Right? When the guy comes up, one of the disciples shaking them and they're panicking. And unfortunately, right now, we're in a storm in not only this country, the whole planet, with this sickness that is going around, right? However, God is in control, and I know that there's people that are in panic and fear thinking, well, what's going on? What's this? What's that? It's the same thing as shaking Jesus and saying, "Don't you care? We're going to die." And meanwhile, he's setting this example to show you through the scripture that he's in control always. Because what did he do when he got up? He immediately rebuked the storm and it stopped instantly. That's because God is constantly, at all times, in control. It might seem like things are out of control and there's stress and problems and all these issues going on in this world right now. Or even if you're watching this years after I put up this video and that sickness is passed and something else is going on in your life personally, right? This is the same deal. We all get in this panic and nerve and we try to have faith and pray, but at the same time, we're shaking Jesus on the boat, right? Saying, "Don't you care? We're going to lose our finances. We're going to get a divorce. We're going to die of this or that," and meanwhile, he gets up and he's just in control. Boom. He shuts down the storm instantaneously, right? He rebukes the storm, the wind, right? The whole time, God is in control, and I really hope that if you are getting stressed out or going through this or going through something totally separate, that you would go back to the scriptures I just read off. When you really get stressed, prayer, obviously, that's number one. But this is a reminder that no matter how bad the storm is, no matter what you're going through, he is constantly in control. And we're going to be fine, because God is with us and God will not leave you for dead. God doesn't work that way. Like King David said, "I never saw the righteous beg." I don't know what's going on in your life. It might, like I said, you might be watching this years after, what is this, 2020, April something, I think. I don't know why I can't remember the date, but it's April something of 2020, right? So you might not even be going through that. You might be going through something years after I put this video up. But the concept is exactly the same, because the same story has been taught for thousands of years, and it's encouraged and help people through situations, because it's a reminder that no matter what is going on in your life, you who I'm talking to, doesn't matter what's going on in your life, God is in control. He's not going to let you be annihilated. God doesn't work that way. And I just wanted to encourage you and just tell you to keep moving forward and trust in God, because God, again, is ultimately in control. Thank you, and have a nice day.